Welcome back. Time for Mayor Monday. This morning we are checking in on one of the biggest cities in our area, Vancouver.
Just like Portland, Vancouver has been seeing an uptick in unrest as we near Election Day tomorrow. Anne McEnerny-Ogle, the mayor of Vancouver, joins us live right now. Good to see you again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, and so first, we want to talk about the election. It's an important election for many reasons, of course. And in Vancouver, what are some of the hot races that are going on, or some of the measures that voters might be voting on?
Well, here in the state of Washington, these are the congressional races. So we have Carolyn Long and Jamie Herrera Butler for the 3rd district, but we also have Denny Heck, an attorney general. And so we have a number of different local at the county level, nothing at the city and no initiatives at the city. But it's absolutely important that everyone get out there and get their voices heard and get their vote in. For the state of Washington, you can get your ballot in no later than 8 o'clock at the ballot box tomorrow night, or get it postmarked. So we count our ballots a little bit later, and so a late postmark could disqualify the ballot, but if they get it in, that'll be okay.
Okay, Mayor, I know last week we saw some protests in Vancouver, and we're starting to see this tension really rise. I know we saw protests over the death of Kevin Peterson Jr., shot and killed by Clark County Sheriff's deputies. I'm curious, though, are you concerned that this is going to continue into Election Day? Do you have plans in place in anticipation of any protests coming out after Tuesday?
Oh, absolutely. But first of all, the death of Kevin, or Mr. Peterson, is absolutely a tragic loss, both to his family and to our community. And these events are absolutely traumatic for everyone involved, for Mr. Peterson's family and the officers, their families, and all of their friends. And so the city council and I send our utmost compassion and sympathy to everyone who's been involved in this event. But yes, you're absolutely right. We are concerned about the care of our entire community. Of course, we had some protests and riots, unrest on Friday night, less on Saturday night. But this whole month has had a lot of tension in the county. So as we look at the different things that are going on, we know people are upset with COVID and the pandemic and the election, that political unrest. So we are working with our Vancouver Police Department. Of course, the incident, yes, happened in Clark County with the county sheriff's deputies, but our Vancouver Police Department is working with all of the different agencies to keep it calm, keep it safe, keep the election safe. They're doing extra patrols around all the ballot boxes and securing that. So everyone should be confident that their vote does count and that our community is safe. But we're keeping an eye on everything. We know how things can happen.
Yeah, okay. Well, you mentioned the pandemic and COVID and people, being upset about that because it is still happening. How is Vancouver doing with the numbers? I know the cases have been rising.
You're absolutely right, they are. And we're most concerned about our hospital beds, just as Portland is. So we have 3 clinics, and hospital beds are one of those pieces that we want to make sure we have plenty of. We were at about 68%, so that was a concern. But we've moved, well, our city staff still hasn't arrived back at City Hall. We're still in phase 2 for us, and following the governor's guidelines, of course. So our schools, just as Portland schools, are learning remotely. And we're just reminding and educating people and trying to enforce masks when you're in retail and businesses, 6 in a group, and no more, and keep your distance from each other. So our death counts are rising. But the city is still moving forward. We're in the forever business. So we are still moving forward with responses to homelessness and economic development and such. So people can still be heard in Vancouver. They can still attend city council meetings and give comments and testify on different pieces. But we have a large number of volunteers that are out helping to feed and clothe homeless people. We're still working on the I-5 bridge and tolling. We still have developments going on, and we're trying to keep our small businesses, especially our restaurants, moving forward into the rain. So good
Yeah,
luck on all
I
of
know it's
us.
been a very busy time, a lot on your plate, Mayor, so we certainly appreciate you taking the time to give us an update on all these things today, and I'm sure we'll be checking back in with you in the weeks to come after we learn a little bit more here following this election. Thank you so much, and good luck to you this week.
Thank you.